Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 2023 BMW M8 Competition. It's finished off in Brooklyn Gray Metallic. We'll also go over the MSRP once we go over all of the specs and features for this very luxurious and high performance oriented BMW sports car. So let's start underneath the hood, where this has the 4.4 liter twin power turbo V8. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, pumping out 617 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque. That power sent through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, propelling this 4,300 pound coupe from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds with a top speed of 155 miles an hour. Now, as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking right around 15 miles per gallon in the city and 22 out on the highway. Not all that bad considering the performance that you're getting out of this BMW. So let's work our way to the exterior styling now, where we have the kidney design for the grille, finished off in gloss black, and no obstructions either. There's plenty of airflow for that V8. This even has the forward-facing camera, the BMW 50 years badge as well that you'll see located throughout. There's a forward sensor for the adaptive cruise, a lot more cutouts in the lower section with more gloss black accents, and this even has the adaptive LED headlights with the laser light technology. Very sleek housing for those, so it matches nicely with the grille, and then there's very nice lines that come down the hood as well. Working our way to the side, this has a set of 20-inch wheels with the two-tone design to them. You'll notice the blue brake calipers just behind them too, and then we have that M8 badge just behind that. This even has more gloss black for the mirrors with the camera, as well as the integrated turn signal. The gloss black makes its way around the window trim, and this gets the carbon fiber roof. Very nice lines running down the side. This isn't too aggressive looking for BMW. It's a little bit more luxurious being the M8, so it has some nice lines that run down the side with a nice sleek roof for that coupe design. So it gives it a little bit more elegance, but still has the performance that you're looking for. So for the rear, we have the small gloss black trunk mounted spoiler, LED taillights, of course, backup camera with all these sensors, more gloss black in the diffuser, and that M Sport quad tip dual exhaust. Let's take a listen to it. I just have to triple tap the button on the key fob there, and this will fire right up. And it definitely sounds really good. You can use the button as well to shut this off as needed. And then from there, let's take a look at the trunk. This is a power operated trunk, of course, and there is a ton of space for this sports car. This is a very practical vehicle if you want to daily this with the amount of space that you get. There's a net on the passenger side. You can even fold down the back seats too. So if you need a little bit more space, you have room to do that. So very, very nice to see that. And with the power trunk, we can just close it for right now. You can use that button on the right side to lock it. I think it actually just did lock. And then we can use the door handle here, of course, to lock and unlock it without going for the key. So we have the orange leather interior, which is a great accent with the exterior gray. You can see the brushed aluminum accents, memory seating adjustments. This has the Bowers & Wilkins audio sound system. Plenty of storage space in the leather section for the lower part of the door. And then M8 Comp is also in the door sill, which is an illuminating badge, which is nice to see. Now for these seats, very nice design to them with the two-tone. M8 is up in the headrest. These are automatic seats with the exception of the manual adjustment for the front section there. And then along with the automatic, if you push the backrest forwards, the seat will move forwards, giving you plenty of room to hop into the back. Now, you're not buying the M8 for a full 4-seater. You can see with this seat here, not really a lot of leg room. You could move that up as needed, but they're practical. If I needed to be back here at 5'10", I could do it 5-10 minutes, you know, just to ride around town. You'll notice too that the seatbelts have the BMW color stitched into them. And this even has Alcantara for the headliner. It's on the back section here. There's a good amount of visibility if you do have some people in the back. And what I like is that the back seats have a 50-50 split. So you could fold one down and still have somebody in the back if you need to. So it makes it a little bit more versatile. Other than that, really nothing else. We have a speaker and then leather with that two-tone design. So if you need to use them, they are practical and there for you when needed. Now, as we work our way to the front seats, this is a low car, so it's very easy to enter and exit. And then looking at the steering wheel, solid leather with the BMW colors. M is down on the bottom. It is a heated steering wheel too. But let's fire this back up. With that button down below, we can bring this to life. And you'll notice too on the steering wheel, on this left side, we have all of the cruise and adaptive cruise control settings. On the right side is volume and tuning for the radio, along with Bluetooth and voice commands. We have the paddle shifters, even M1 and M2. This is how you can completely change the vehicle, which I will go over once we get this out on the road. So for the digital gauge cluster, you can see on the left side is the fuel level, along with the miles per hour. On the right side is the tach and engine temperature. You can also use this button on the turn signal stalk to further go through this info. So currently it is showing the odometer along with some data information. There's also PSI and temperature for the tires. You can look at some other vitals, even pull up live readouts for your horsepower and torque, which is a cool graphic to see. You can pull up the G-force meter, even the music, look at how the vehicle is set up, so the different driving modes, and then you also have what gear the vehicle's in and a live readout for MPG. And then over on the left side of the steering wheel, we have all the headlight and parking light adjustments. This has a head-up display. It's showing miles per hour and the speed limit sign. However, you can pull up the RPM if you just push on M mode. Now we can see the tach, and you can also see the tach change for the gauge cluster there, along with miles per hour front and center and the gear that you're in. You'll notice too that the entire dash is covered in leather. And then for the infotainment system on the home screen right now, there's the navigation along with media and phone. You can also see your setup, your engine and tire data, and then a few other icons that you can monitor. Now on this left side, these are all presets, so they will stay fixed like this. So you have your shortcuts to get into your navigation, your music and phone. If we go into car now, we can use the rotary dial down below to further go through all this information. You have your sport displays that you can monitor. So if you're doing some spirited driving, you can keep an eye on all of that. Under M menu is how you can go through M1 and M2. So I already have them configured. M1 is going to be the fun track setting. M2 at the moment is more efficient. So it's going to be a little bit laid back, a little bit more comfortable if you're just driving from point A to point B. You can go through your head-up display as well. And then we even have vehicle status, so you can monitor a few other icons. You can go into your settings where you have a lot more to go through, just depending on how you'd like to set this up for yourself. There's driver profiles, even the owner's manual. And then if we go back to apps, this does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, along with other icons that you can download as needed. Now underneath that, we do have a shortcut button to the intelligent safety, so you can go through all of this tech and set it up to your liking. We have another LCD screen for the climate, so fan speed, temperature, where you'd like the air to go, and a few other recircs are just next to that. Now, what I love about BMW's design for the heated and ventilated seats is it's only one control for the driver's seat, one control for the passenger seat, and just by pushing on that, you will see this appear in the upper section where you can control which one you would like it to be, which I think it makes it a little bit less cluttered and gives it a nice design. Now, power and volume for the radio is underneath that, along with all the presets and tuning. And then you will see the M8 badge just above this carbon fiber lid. If I open this up, wireless charging, the access card, so you can use that instead of the key fob. There are two cup holders, a 12 volt and a USB. And it's nice that you can hide that away as needed to look at that beautiful carbon fiber. Now on both sides, we have more of the brushed aluminum, the two-tone leather, more carbon surrounding all the controls right in the middle. And for this leather wrap shifter, reverses to the left and up. It will hold in that position where now you can see the backup camera along with the top-down view. And if we swipe over to 3D, you can see an entire 360-degree view. We have the gesture control, so you can use that if you need to, or you can just push on these pinpoints here, and that will give you the graphics that you're looking for, so that way you have plenty of visibility. There's also a top-down view that you can use as needed, and then this even has the automatic parking, so the parallel parking, and the backup assistance, which is really nice technology to have. Now, drive is going to be over to the right. If you bump it one more time, that is for sport mode. That allows you to use the paddle shifters. And on the back side, you can actually control how slow or quickly you would like the transmission to shift, and park is also located on the back. Now on this left side, there's traction control. There's even a shortcut to the forward-facing camera, so you can pull that up in full screen. There's the parking sensors, the engine start-stop feature. M mode is how you change the gauge cluster, as I previously showed. There's a setup, even an exhaust note button, and then the auto hold and the electronic parking brake. We have more leather for the split style for the armrest with some auxiliaries so you can charge electronics in there. Plenty of space for all that info, as well as having some down in the glove box. And a quick look at visibility from the driver's seat. It is very open for this vehicle. The pillars in the back are very thin, so you have pretty much a 360-degree view from the driver's seat. Now up top, there's a call button. There's also the dome lights, and we can get another look at the Alcantara. It's even on the sun visors there, entire roof liner or headliner, which is nice to see. But now let's go ahead and get the M8 out on the road. And with an acceleration from second gear, nothing crazy for today, but behind the wheel of this $150,000 BMW, honestly, I think this is a perfect option compared to some of the other competitors like the 911, the Bentley Continental, which of course would be used, even a Nissan GTR. If you want a more raw driving experience, the GTR is definitely the one to go with. The back seats are going to be a little bit tighter than in this M8, but essentially you're buying these vehicles not to be full four-seaters, but to have that extra room if and when you need to use it. So for 150 grand for the M8 Competition, I don't think that's unreasonable for the performance that you're getting. 0 to 60 at 2.8 seconds. Now the top speed is limited to 155. I'm not sure if you can get a different tire package to increase that top speed. A lot of BMWs seem to be limited to 155. So while this is a quick vehicle to 100, 0 to 60, 0 to 100, its top speed is not really reflected in that, which if you live where I live, 155 is not going to be reached hardly ever unless you take this to the track. But I think the price can be justifiable because you're getting a very luxury interior with all the leather, all of the Alcantara. You are getting a prime place to put a lot of seat time behind the wheel and just enjoy your drive. Pop it into M2, which I have set up for efficiency and comfort. So with that adaptive suspension, you are going to get a little bit more comfort out of your drive. Pop it into M1, exhaust gets louder, suspension gets stiffer, exhaust opens up, and you're ready to have some fun. Visibility is also pretty easy to see all around. And I absolutely love the fact that you can adjust the transmission, because in the slowest setting right now, there's a delay. It's kind of, it's slow, it's just kind of like a normal feeling car. But now with it in the third setting, no delay. You can completely change the dynamics of this vehicle, and I absolutely love that for the money. You can drive this in so many different configurations that it could almost be a brand new car every time you hop into it, depending on how you're driving for the day and the settings that you want. So for the $150,000 price point, you almost have more than one car in one car. It is very cool to see how the dynamics of this M8, and along with some of the other BMW models like the M4 as well, you can just change the dynamics of it and pretty much never get bored with this luxury style sports car. But I think that is going to wrap it up with my time behind the wheel of the 2023 M8 Competition. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Check out their website. Also give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.